r/AskReddit, nsfw, what's a thing that all men do but never admit doing? Well, that's something I'm not willing to admit. This thread in a nutshell. Touch my balls. Push my balls. Grab my balls. Feel existential dread. Scratch my balls. I am not going to fall for this. Edit, thanks for the votes. Still not falling for this. Feel crushing loneliness. Pee in a completely unexpected direction. Realizing that someone was flirting with you like 5 years late. Pick up signs but not act on them to the fear of misinterpreting. And then act oblivious. Remember compliments years after they're given. One half of these comments are dick jokes and the other half is just depression. Edit, I posted this morning and come home from work to find 15,000 upvotes and an award. This much happened in 4 hours. Face with tears of joy. Tactical wank. Wanting affirmation from their partners that they are sexy and desired. Wanting a hug real bad. Pee on shit stains in the toilet bowl, efficiency. Lead lives of quiet desperation. Imagine a million outcomes when a random girl see us eye to eye. Shaving your pubes at 14 even though no one is gonna see it ever. I remember when I was like 6 I did that thing where I pushed my dick in. Using telepathy to link a small portion of our minds together so we can reduce the pain of getting our balls hit, by dividing small portions of the pain to any man within a few meters. Go over every little minute detail in their heads of the conversation they had with someone they are even a little bit attracted to. I don't know why, but whenever I start falling asleep and someone calls me out on it, it's always my first instinct to deny it. I will be asleep on my couch and my GF will be like, "Are you sleeping?" 100 times and have to shake me awake and I'll be like, "I've been awake the whole time." Edit, glad I'm not the only one. LMAO. There are two kinds of man, a man who picks his nose, and a man who lies about picking his nose. Put their hand in their pocket to adjust a boner or their balls when they're stuck to their leg. Grab their own butt to see what it feels like. Wonder if they should go to the doctor, then convince themselves they don't need to. Edit, I went in, turns out I had testicular cancer. Don't put it off. Tell ourselves that having someone who loves us is a luxury. Take longer than normal showers just standing there under the hot water because no one will love you. Shave our mustache down to a Hitler stache for 5 seconds just to see what it would look like out of morbid curiosity. Edit, kinda sad my most upvoted comment is about Hitler. Finding a really cool rock on the ground, then taking it with us. Fantasies completely made up scenarios where we save the day or win the girl over, etc. Fantasize/daydream about being a hero or making a great sacrifice to save everyone. Adjust cock and balls in public when no one's watching, at least when we think no one is. Getting annoyed when you put your dick back in your pants after a pee and suddenly feeling a wet drip on your leg. Touch my balls when I'm alone. Talk to themselves. Taking steps back from the urinal to see how much strength we have while peeing. I sometimes watch sad scenes from movies on YouTube that I like and cry. I purposely search for a selection I have, sit there and have a little tear up. Watership Down ending. The end scene from Batteries Not Included when the robots come back to help. The bit in Deep Impact when Fish and the crew say goodbye to their families. Littlefoot when he is left alone after Sharptooth kills his mom. Artex dying in Never Ending Story. Saving Private Ryan at the end. Lion King when Simba's dad dies. I am a grown man, married with kids with military service. Perfectly fine afterwards, I just like to get a little emotional, and let it out. It's often about dads too, so I think that whilst I have no issues with my dad, the thought of my children being left alone without saddens me. Anyway, I will never tell anyone this. Edit. Yes, the Iron Giant, Field of Dreams and the wolf scene in Dances with Wolves too. Always wash our dicks very thoroughly, cause you just never know when you're gonna get your dick sucked. Even if the odds are low, they're never zero. While naked, rotate your hips fast enough to make a fun slapping noise. Cry. Put on a show for your dog. Sing a show tune and do a little soft chew. Then give it a big ending and pause for applause while your dog looks at you and slow blinks. Tuck their dick between their thighs to find out what they would look like as a woman. Wanting platonic touch, i.e. hugs. Realizing like 10 years later that one girl you were hanging out with was 100% saying she was DTF and we are fucking idiots for not realizing. Bottom UPS everything and then die of stress-induced heart problems in their 40s like a real man. Getting called by someone while you're jerking off and just saying whatever you can to get them to shut up. Catching water in our arms in the shower and then letting splash to the ground. I've discovered that a lot of my childhood guy friends as teenagers used to watch P*RN in the same room together. None of them will admit to it until you promise it doesn't make them gay. Unsticking balls from legs/pants. Peeing loud on purpose. If there's a scale in the bathroom, we're gonna weigh ourselves before and after a good poop. Sit down for a piss, sometimes we need to treat ourselves. Admire an attractive girl. Most won't admit it when confronted about it though. Scratch and sniff. I constantly worry that I'll be as bad as my dad was to my mother. And I'm just masking, pretending to be a good person. Sometimes when I get out of the shower I'll hump the air and flop my junk around. Pee in the shower. Try to suck their own dick. Dancing like nobody is watching. You know. When nobody is watching. Cry. Shaving dick and balls before a party because you never know. Admitting to knowing what bukkake is in front of our wives. Some friends and I were playing Cards Against Humanity with our wives once. One of girls said, "What does bukkake mean?" In an instant we all made simultaneous eye contact somehow and telepathically agreed that we'll pretend we don't know. We all knew. We just pretended not to. Stand with my legs a bit wide and shake my lower body to loose my balls from my leg. Being lost while driving. When a man walks into a public restroom, he makes a mental note of who/how many people are in the restroom with him. And if he's going to take a piss, he evaluates how much piss he has. If there are people in the bathroom, and he knows he isn't going to pee that much, he'll purposefully miss the water with his pee, because he'll feel self-conscious about the quiet dribble. If he has a bladder full, he'll blast that water like a fire hose to show his dominance. Cherish a single compliment for years. Every guy has sat down to just pee at least once in their lifetime. Whether it be because you thought you had to take a shit but ended up being gas, it's all the same. Sticking their dick through the leg hole in their underwear. Pretend whilst driving that we are driving or piloting something more exciting. My personal favorite is to pretend that the on-ramp at night is a runway. I even sometimes call out V1 and rotate and then positive rate, gear up as I shift to 6th gear. Similarly, toting a drill or similar power tool as if it is a gun. Look at other men's junk. Few admit it, but eye tracking software says otherwise. It's not because they are attracted, it's more about competition and comparison. We grab our dick or plays with it while laying down. I don't know why we do that, but it feels good. Wish they could talk about their problems with people. Scratching your balls and smelling ya hand bras, hygiene test. Attempt to use telekinesis. Playing with the dick all day. The biggest killer for men aged 18 to 45 is suicide. So think about killing themselves would be spot on. Here's the list of international suicide crisis lines. We all get erections and random times, but we aren't aroused, it just happens. Mentally undress all the hot friends/co-workers. I'm surprised no one has mentioned the use of trouser waistband to hide the boner when your little friend decided to go hard on you for no reasons in public/social gathering. The gentleman's bird bath. Edit, actually it could be wished for, that every man is doing it, which unfortunately isn't. Every man's brain turns into a supercomputer the moment he walks into public toilets. Our brains pull in every minute detail we see to help decide which urinal/toilet to go to. We turn into bloody Sherlock Holmes. Gotta love how about 90% of this thread is about penises and balls LMAO. Liking hugs, but never, ever, ever, saying the word hug aloud. Hugs are awesome and I get exactly one a year. Think about what it would be like sticking their dick in anything vaguely aperture like that they see. See if they can out-pee the flush when you press the flush button mid-pee. Haha. Cherish a compliment from literally any stranger walking on this earth for months. Then reminisce about it years down the line and almost get emotional. That and the old scratch and sniff. Crying in the car after having the worst fucking day and then showing up wherever and acting like we're totally fine. Fantasies about being the hero in some sort of war scenario or general fight situation. We've all beaten up 10 dudes in defense of a helpless woman in our own minds. Feeling so lonely that I have a breakdown from time to time. Lip sync a girl's song. Overthink everything to the point of decision paralysis and be haunted for years by the smallest of social missteps. Checking out other women. Every guy has tried to suck its own dick at least once in their lifetime. Wander to the edge of the forest to weep in private, for yourself, for your failures, for your fears, for the gentle fawn-like spirit that flits between the birch trees, a reminder of a life you left behind when civilization beckoned you with empty promises of a better, cleaner, more fulfilling existence. Bottle our feels up and refuse to talk to anyone about them. Helicopter, helicopter. Sometimes a guy just needs a hug, and it's not like, oh, I get to touch you in a weird way. Hugs can just be really awesome. Also, a hug from mom, or someone who genuinely cares for you, is the best, makes you feel loved, cared for, happy, and safe. Not that I'd ever admit that though. Stay awake surfing Reddit or watching shows after saying goodnight to their GFs. If we find an L-shaped object and no one is looking, we might decide hold it like a gun and go pew pew pew. Enjoy the smell of their own farts. Or become disgusted and also impressed with their own brew. Not all, but most. Feeling misunderstood by their own partners. This is a fact I believe happens even in the happiest marriages. But well, we are not allowed to talk about our feelings and all. Guys are so starved for affection, a simple compliment will make him crush on you. Getting flattered by compliments. Our public hair is all straight. We have to curl them to look more mature. I sometimes wonder if I'm gay. Thinking of fucking all the hot girls you know. Finding other men handsome. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you have enjoyed this video and subscribe to never miss an upload.